So today I'm going to go over the gear I'm taking with me on my long trail northbound through hike. So first I'm going to start off with my backpack, and I am going with a pack I've used previously both on the Pacific Crest Trail and also on the Appalachian Trail. It's the Hyperlite Unbound, in this case the 40. I used the 55 if you recall from the Pacific Crest Trail all the way through Mammoth Lakes, and I had some issues with it, and I talked about in my post PCT through hike video some issues, but I had this pack. I didn't have to pay an extra cent for it, and it's a good pack, and it carries everything I need. So you can see right here, basically it's already set up for me and loaded up. So I'll cover some of the things on the outside of the pack, and then we'll dive in. So first of all, I'll start off with the Garmin InReach Mini 2. So I had this on my entire PCT through hike. Works like a champ, still works, and yeah, it's going to go with me. Peak Designs camera holder. So in this case, I'm going to be using my GoPro. I'm not bringing my Sony a6700, which I brought for most of my PCT through hike, but I'll be using this with a GoPro mount and carrying that along. Here I have my water bottle holder, Hyperlite mountain gear. This thing's torn up a little bit, but it's still good. It can easily have another 270 miles on it, but this thing's had over 3,000 miles on it, and it smells pretty bad. Alright, so let's go through other parts of the pack here. So my trusty 1/8 inch Gossamer Gear foam pad that I used on the PCT. So on the outside of the pack here with the stretch pocket, this is something new. I'm using these ZPacks camp sandals. They're really light. They're like 2 ounces, and look forward to giving them a try here on trail. Here, so Talenti jar for cold soaking. I'm going to be cold soaking this through hike, and I discovered that was very practical once I got to Washington on the PCT, and I continue to do that. Some toiletries. So this is actually specifically, this is my Hilltop Packs Dopp kit. So I got toothbrush, toothpaste, and some doxycycline in here. I use this on the PCT, works like a champ, still bringing it. Poop kit, Hartford Gear Company, X-Pack, little bag. Got the standard stuff. Got my trail bidet, which this is a Kula Clean trail bidet I used on the trail. Still got hand sanitizer, and I'll be filling that up before I go. And then my trusty trowel, metal trowel. So Sawyer squeeze water filter. If you notice, I also change out the standard gasket and put little screen basket you use for garden hose. I talk about it in my PCT gear review. Nothing's changed. That's good. It's a Kula Cloth. I used it in conjunction with the trail bidet on the PCT, so that's not changed. I am going to bring Cnoc Outdoors Vecto 2-liter bladder. I'm going to use that with the Sawyer squeeze for water on the long trail. Tent stakes. So Hilltop Packs tent stake bag with tent stakes. MSR mini groundhogs. This is a DCF ground cloth, and this was one that I used on the PCT. This thing worked like a champ on the PCT, and so I'm going to still use it. Mountain Laurel Designs. That's the exterior of the backpack. Okay, so other gear in the pockets I have right now with my backpack. They'll probably end up moving, but I'm going to show you what I have in those pockets right now. So Nitecore headlamp, USB-C. I use this on the PCT. It is a bit dinged up. It's got a crack in it, but you can see that the light still works. So there's no point in changing that right now. So headlamp. So these are ZPacks rain mitts. They weigh like under half an ounce. They're waterproof to a point. I talked about it in my gear video for the PCT. The seams do leak. I didn't go ahead and purchase the new version. These things will work good enough. And I'm going to be hiking in the midsummer in Vermont, so it's going to be humid, rainy, so it should be good enough. So different this year as compared to the PCT last year. I'm going to be wearing a Jolly Gear shirt with a hood, but it's short sleeve because it's hotter and it's summertime, and I'm going to be under a green tunnel tree canopy most of the time. I have stretches where there's sun. I have these cheapo sun sleeves that I got on Amazon. They're pretty lightweight, and they should do the trick in the event I need sun protection for my arms. Bandana. So this is from the PCT last year. So class of 2024, shout out. And I'll be bringing a bandana. And get into the top here. So first thing is, this is a rain kilt, and I don't bring rain pants. This rain kilt has worked with me on the Appalachian Trail. It's also worked for me on my entire PCT through hike. This thing's a great piece of gear, super light at it's like an ounce or something, but it's made by Enlightened Equipment, sil nylon, highly recommended. Different rain jacket this time. This is an Arc'teryx rain jacket. I've had this for quite some time. It's orange. It rains more in the northeast or back east as compared to the PCT, so I figured I'd bring a proper rain jacket for this. So this is probably my heaviest layer item at 11 ounces, but these things are bomb-proof, and I've used Arc'teryx jackets for 20 years. These things are awesome. It's my Enlightened Equipment puffy jacket. This thing was with me on the entire PCT. It weighs like 5 ounces, and this is the Torrid Apex jacket. Okay, next thing is shelter. So I've decided I'm gonna, so if you recall from the PCT, I talked about my critique of Hyperlite mountain gear tents, in particular the mid one and issues with the zipper and zipper vestibules. Shout out to Hyperlite mountain gear. So after my through hike, I cleaned up the tent, and I sent it to Hyperlite to get the zipper fixed, and lo and behold, they fixed it for me. So shout out to Hyperlite. I'm going to bring the mid one with me. This thing is really a good tent. Just my only critique again is the zipper vestibule, but I don't expect dust storms in Vermont, and frankly, being able to set up a shelter quickly and have the ability to stay away from mosquitoes is a plus. And the rain coverage. This thing can withstand, the mid one can withstand like 50-mile-an-hour winds, torrential rains, no problem, assuming you set up your camp correctly. So anyways, I'm bringing that with me to Vermont. Okay, so next thing, Ursack. So Ursack, I used this from Sonora Pass all the way to Canada on the PCT last year. Generally, I just tie it to a tree, and it's good. I've been in plenty of bear country, and had no issues with this. I do use a turkey basting bag and a lock sack on the inside, so there is a key to doing this, is to eliminate scent. And I've talked about this in other videos. So a lock sack and a turkey basting bag, and then you tie it together. I just use this clip, so, and then I just J-seal it off, use a clip. But this thing carries up to easily 5 days of food. And I've also used this on the ground. Like there were times in Washington I just put it on the ground and just covered up with rocks. No problems with rodents, no problems with bears. Alright, other gear. So my trusty Appalachian gear company Beanie. It's sad that they're out of business, but this thing, I've had it on the AT and I've also had it on the entire PCT. This thing's a great piece of gear, especially as a bald guy. Towel. This is my Amazon special here, the Bogi camp towel. Just the general items. So going through. This is a first aid kit, wilderness first aid stuff. The same type of kit I used on the PCT. This is just general repair stuff. This is good for your water filter. This is the female adapter, so you can back flush. Very good piece of kit. And then I have your standard repair stuff, DCF repair and nylon repair kits, and also extra gaskets for my water filter. I also have a eyeglass repair kit and some safety pins. So all good things to bring with you. And then a little bit of fire starter. And since I'm cold soaking, but if I want to start a fire, I always bring a flint. Flint is always good for starting fires, and it's a backup to my lighter, which I carry in my fanny pack. There are some things where I truly believe 2 is 1, 1 is none. Being able to start a fire is one of those things. Alright, continuing on. So in here is where I keep my wind jacket. So this is Enlightened Equipment, wind pants and wind jacket. I've talked about those during my PCT through hike. Both of them together is like 2 ounces. These things are great for repelling mosquitoes and give you about 10 degrees of additional warmth. And then I also bring a cork ball to roll out, a little tiny cork ball. Okay, so continuing on inside the backpack. So Ziploc bag. So I have 2 power bricks. These are the Nitecore NB10000s. You can see right here. These things are great. They weigh 5 ounces each. And you can see right there, there's a USB-C and USB-A port on both. And I like it because I have 4 ports total. And having 2 batteries is good for both content creation and also recharging electronics. I found that I can milk this out to about 6 days without, while keeping still capacity on these. So very good piece of kit. AirTag, just keep location, especially in town if you're going to leave your pack outside. I like having AirTags. So now getting to the bottom of the pack. So garbage bag. Got to be able to keep your stuff dry. I don't anticipate having the forged streams like on the Pacific Crest Trail that are deep, but you never know. So anyways, going through here, a buff. So this is the buff that I got on the AT, and still good. Outdoor 76, shout out in North Carolina. Got that when I was hiking the AT. These are the possum down gloves, which go with the rain mitts. These things are great. It's probably overkill, but it's good to be able to stay warm. This is my Magnet Designs Alpha Fleece sleeping bag liner. Yeah, it's been washed. It still has a funk to it, but it'll never go away. But this thing lasted me the entire PCT. It's been repaired and sewed many times, but this thing is great. It adds at least 10 degrees, and by sleeping in it, you can clean it. So that's one of the benefits, and it's frankly one of the best pieces of kit on the market. Magnet Designs, check it out. So this is different. So I'm a finicky sleeper, and ZPacks makes this little handy dandy pillow. This thing is like super light, and I'm going to give it a try this year. This is a little bit different. It's got puffy insulation and it weighs like 2 ounces. So I'm going to be using that on top of the air pillows that I normally use. Alright. So, okay, so if I need a mid layer on cooler nights, this is a Kuiu Peloton fleece. It's a half zip. You can see right here. This thing is amazing. This weighs like 4.5, 5 ounces, and it's worth its weight in gold. Sleeping pad, this is my Neo Air. I think a lot of people use these. This is the Neo Air Thermarest X Lite NXT. This one is the women's size. It's the shorter one. I use this on the PCT. This thing is awesome. It still runs, no leaks, knock on wood, and I'm going to use it here. And then got a Klymit Air Pillow. I usually just put that between my knees. I had back surgery like 15 years ago, and I'm a side sleeper, so yeah, I use that. And then my trusty, man, this thing is still working after all these miles. This is another air pillow. This is made by Outdoor Vitals. This is like hands down like the best pillow I've ever had for backpacking. This thing, it just takes a beating and keeps going, but it's going on the trail with me. And then last but not least is this year, different quilt, so I'm not going to pull it all the way out, but this is an Enlightened Equipment quilt, and this is the Enigma. I had a 20-degree Enigma for the PCT, and that worked great for the entire trail, but it's also heavy, and I'm going to be hiking in the Northeast in the hot, humid summer, so I'm going with a 50-degree down quilt this time, and it's 900 filled down, and it's pretty light. It's only like 8 ounces, and so 50-degree quilt. I figure between that, the sleeping bag liner, and you know, all my layers, I should be fine. And that's, again, personal experience. I don't recommend. You need to do you. This works for me. Okay, so that was my backpack. The base weight of that backpack, the Hyperlite Unbound 40 with all the gear I showed you, is just about 11 pounds and a couple ounces. So I'm not too finicky about the weight. It's light. It's good enough. You do you. So anyways, the last thing I'm going to cover is my fanny pack. So this is a Thrupack. I used this, if you recall, I got this at Cascade Locks, Oregon, and used it the rest of the way. It's not waterproof, but this thing holds a lot of stuff, and so I'll go over what's in the fanny pack here. So to start off, sunglasses, Oakley prescription sunglasses. I use these on the PCT, and these things are amazing. Electronics, this is a Hilltop pack, waterproof bag for electronics. Pretty much the same kit I used on the PCT. My adapter is a Moken. I get this off Amazon. I think it's like a 40-watt dual USB-C charger. This thing is really small. Highly recommended. It is definitely worth it. Various cables, USB-C to USB-C. That's the blue anchor cable. I use this on the PCT. And then I also have a Apple USB-C, USB-C cable. I also use that on the PCT. So backup flashlight. This is a Rovivon tiny flashlight, USB-C. It's waterproof or water resistant. It can fit as a backup on your hat, so you can just have it as a headlamp as a backup. And you can also put a lanyard through it, and I use this as a night light when I was using a 10 on the PCT. Pretty handy piece of kit. For media transfer, this thing is awesome. This is Suntrici. Well, you can get this on Amazon, but basically it's a multi-port. It's for Apple, also for USB-C, USB-A, and then it's got slots for microSD, SD, and also power, in case I need it for data transfer. But this is great to go from micro SD card for me and transfer data to my iPhone. Use this on the PCT. I'm going to be using it again this year on the long trail. Earplugs, need not say more. Get the 3M type, they're the best. Always good to sleep with earplugs. And then last on this, so these are USB-C to Garmin watch adapter, and then also to Apple's FireWire adapter, so I can recharge my iPhone. Again, I use these on the PCT. It minimized the number of cables I had to bring, and then I just put them on a lanyard. Again, I use this exact setup on the PCT. Super handy. Spoon, titanium spoon. The Sea to Summit long titanium spoon. This is a Hilltop Pack DCF Ditty. And in here, got my wallet. This is a Chum's wallet. Used it on the PCT, no issues. Notes, notepad, write in the rain, notebook, always good to have. Ability to take notes. My buddy Zen Commando turned me on to these on the PCT, but these are some generic USB-C earbuds. Yeah, they're great. They cost like 15 bucks. And yeah, shout out to Zen Commando for pointing these out. Pen, always good to have a pen. Keep a pen. I got this one at Colville Walker KOA in California, so I stayed there for a 0 after I completed the High Sierra, and I got the Sonora Pass. So still have it. It works great. Bic lighter, and I talked about my backup, which is a flint. Then this little guy, this is a Leatherman style CS. So I use this on the PCT. It's super small. It's got scissors, which is good, and it also has a bunch of other tools that you would expect. And that's it. So that covers all my kit. What's not pictured is what I'm filming with. I'm using my GoPro 11 Hero Black. That's the same camera I used on the entire PCT, and it's a great camera. You can do still photos with it. You can do high quality video with it. It's durable and rugged. Okay, so that is my backpack. Everything that I'm bringing with me on the long trail, along with my fanny pack. So if you have any questions or comments about the gear, feel free to comment on this video, and I'll try to address any questions you have. And stay tuned. I'll have another video that covers clothing specifically for the long trail. And if you like the video, go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't done already. And I really appreciate your support and hope you enjoy this video.